Hi friends, and welcome back for a brand new video. If you don't know me, hi, my name is Nolwenn, I'm 25 and I'm a French legal practitioner specialized in health law and medical malpractice. And let me tell you, there are a lot of scandals involving healthcare, especially in France. So you may be wondering, what in the world inspired me to come here and spill the tea? The answer is simple: the rise of Ozempic and the fall of Mediator. While Ozempic might sound familiar to you, Mediator probably doesn't ring a bell unless you're French. But I promise those two are related and I'll explain it further. Before we begin, I'd like to make a succinct presentation of Ozempic in case you don't know about it and tell you why it is so close to Mediator, which I will also explain. Ozempic, or semaglutide for the science nerds, is an anti-diabetic medication mainly used for the treatment of type 2 diabetes. It was approved for medical use in the US in 2017 and in Europe in 2018. Little side note, pharmaceutical law in France is shaped by a lot of European rules which also apply in European countries, so this law is actually quite common within European countries. They're almost everywhere the same, which it's useful. I find it useful. However, semaglutide isn't just a treatment for type 2 diabetes. Research showed that by using a higher dosage of semaglutide, it could lead to weight loss and obesity management. So in 2021, the US approved for medical use this higher dosage under the name Wegovy, and the same thing happened in Europe in 2022. However, while Ozempic and Wegovy do not have the same dosage and not the same goal, well, everything is referred as Ozempic. So just to avoid confusion, I'm still going to say Ozempic because it's easier, much easier. Now that we've covered Ozempic, let's move on to Mediator. Mediator, also scientifically known as Benfluorex, was a drug that was used for anti-diabetic treatment, type 2 diabetes to be more precise, and it was produced and commercialized by the Servier laboratory for around 30 years between 1976 and 2009/2010. And just like Ozempic, many healthcare professionals quickly realized that this medicine, Mediator, was perfect for weight loss. Both Mediator back then and Ozempic right now are marketed as a miracle solution to obesity. Weight loss has never been easier! Take a pill and you'll no longer be fat and finally fit into society's unrealistic expectations. And the reasons behind your weight? Who cares? You lost it all! It doesn't matter! And now everyone is using Ozempic, even in France, just to lose weight. It came to a point where in France, diabetic patients who actually need the medicine, who actually need Ozempic to survive, well, they're facing a shortage and they can't get their medicine. Which sucks, really bad. While I personally find it quite sus that a pill can magically make you skinny, it also sucks to see that this medicine was twisted to the point where people who actually need it cannot have access to it. But you know, it's not the only reason why I am wary of Ozempic. It's because it feels like history is repeating itself, and it is not a good thing. You can call me crazy, but history can in fact repeat itself. I mean, look, we have Nazis again somehow in 2025. Who could have seen that coming? Anyway, speaking of history, it is time to dive into the Mediator scandal. Now that you know what Mediator is, you can see the resemblance with Ozempic. They basically do the same thing. Not the same molecule, I am aware of that, but still the same results. While I'm not a pharmacist, you can see that the pattern of use is still similar. I mean, it's a medicine that was originally used as an anti-diabetic for people with type 2 diabetes, and it was turned into a weight loss pill. With Mediator, some people reported losing around 10 kilograms per month just using the pill, which is quite impressive. During its time on the market, Mediator was a huge hit. Many people wanted to lose weight, and doctors were eager to prescribe Mediator to whoever asked for it. It's estimated that more than 5 million people used Mediator, and I don't know if it's just in France or if it's also including all the European countries in which Mediator was being sold and prescribed. But here's the thing, my sweet little angels. Misusing a medicine and making it stray away from its original purpose, it has consequences. And in that case, deadly ones. In 2009, concerns arose. Many patients found out that they were suffering from valvulopathies, which is a valvular heart disease. And some of those patients found out the hard way because they died. Around that time, one doctor, Dr. Frachon Irène, quickly realized that something was wrong and that a majority of her patients suffering from valvulopathies had one thing in common. Most of those patients had used Mediator at some point in their life, regardless of whether or not they actually needed it as type 2 diabetes or if they wanted to lose weight. They all used Mediator. Dr. Frachon rang the alarm bell and rose concern regarding this very strange fact. To the point where Mediator was actually temporarily removed from the market to conduct research on, well, the claims that were made by Dr. Frachon, and not just Dr. Frachon. And man oh man did those research bear fruit. It was revealed that indeed Mediator was quite a dangerous drug, as it led to at least tens of thousands of patients suffering from valvulopathies. Estimated that at least 1,000 patients died directly because of the Mediator causing the valvulopathies. Some reports say around 500, though we can't really be sure, but nonetheless, well, those numbers are still rising because, well, people are still dying from the heart diseases that they contracted years ago. This death toll was from France, according to my research, but if you have any other information regarding this, please let me know in the comments. I am very interested about this. Thus, the Mediator started being produced shortly after that. The saddest part in this is that many, if not most of the victims, are people who were using that drug just to lose weight. There are of course many victims who actually and sadly needed this medicine to treat their type 2 diabetes, but it's really heartbreaking to think how many people could have been spared from, well, those heart diseases had they not taken this pill just to lose weight. It's terrible, isn't it? But that's not why Mediator is a scandal. Yeah, I know, could have been a scandal in some, but no, there's more, and it gets worse. Wanna know the true scandal? The Servier laboratories, they knew all along. They knew since the 90s because there were tons of medical records and medical reports that showed a link between the use of Benfluorex, Mediator, and the development of heart diseases. The lab reported 20 million euros of profit per year of sales solely based on Mediator. 20 million euros of profit. They knew all along and they did nothing. And this is why there is a criminal case impending right now in France as Servier laboratories are being charged with, allow me to read this, swindling and improperly obtaining marketing authorization, aggravated deception, manslaughter, and unintentional injury. While two different courts found the laboratories guilty of all charges in 2021 and 2023, the laboratories of course appealed this decision, and we are currently awaiting a trial in front of la Cour de Cassation, which is basically the highest jurisdiction in France. Fun fact, the state was held legally responsible in this case as the National Agency for Health and Medicine actually overlooked many of the reports regarding the dangerosity of the Benfluorex and intervened way too late. As a reference, Mediator was removed from the market in Italy in 2004 and in Spain in 2005, meaning that the agency should have noticed this change of behavior in other countries, taken notes, and maybe done some investigation. Given the scale of the case, especially in France, funds were created to compensate the victims of the benfluorex. To add a bit of legal information, victims received damages from what we call in French l'ONIAM, Office National d'Indemnisation des Accidents Médicaux. It was created in 2002 and its goal is basically to compensate victims of different healthcare-related incidents. And let me tell you, we have so many healthcare-related incidents. The scandal of blood contaminated by HIV and hepatitis C between the 80s and the 90s, the Depakine in 2011, Levothyrox in 2017, etc. etc. Now that you know the abridged, let's be honest, I really shortened the history of Mediator, you can understand why I'm giving the side eye to Ozempic. While we currently do not have any data supporting a potential life-threatening side effect due to the use or misuse of the Ozempic, we should be careful given what history and Mediator has taught us. That is why I'm being very serious right now and I am begging you, if you don't require Ozempic to survive, please refrain from using it. If you wish to lose weight, find out the reason behind your weight gain and work on it. Do not count on a pill to magically make you skinny, because it did not end well for many people regarding Mediator. You may be satisfied right now with your appearance and your weight loss, but misusing a medicine is dangerous and its consequences can show up years later, even after stopping the use of said medicine. It is not worth putting your life at risk like that. I urge you to heed my warning and be careful and sensible about it, because I genuinely do not want to see a Mediator 2.0 in a few years. I'm well aware of how hard it is, given that society simply abhors fat people and will push you to the edge if you don't conform. And I know how easy it sounds. I mean, I've mentioned it earlier. 10 kilograms a month just using the pill, that genuinely sounds so easy. And I don't blame you for feeling this way. But I swear to you, it is not worth it. Your life matters far more than your size. I know I started this video with a somewhat light-hearted tone, but if I'm here right now recording this, it's because I am genuinely concerned. I keep seeing people praising Ozempic on social media, and as a jurist specialized in healthcare law and medical malpractice, I can't escape the grim reminder of Mediator. It's important that people bear in mind the risks behind such a misuse of medicine, because let's face it, it is a misuse of medicine. I hope that this video did teach you something, because I tried my best to abridge the story of the Mediator, because let's face it, it is a huge scandal and there are many elements in this case. I tried to make it as simple as possible, but yeah, if you wish to know more about the Mediator scandal, please go ahead, because the more information you get, the worse this case gets. Sincerely, there is no way, nothing that can redeem the Servier laboratories in this case. Nothing. Do not be afraid to ask for help, and if someone tells you otherwise, this person can fuck off, because clearly they do not have your best interest at heart. If there are any terms or any information that did not seem clear to you, please let me know in the comments. I will do my best to explain it to you. If you found this video interesting and or useful, please leave a like, comment, share with a friend, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. In the future, I hope to make more videos to talk about law, though I will be focusing on French law because I'm a French legal practitioner and I studied French law. But I promise, it is interesting though, because, well, otherwise I wouldn't have gone through those studies. In the meantime, please take care of yourself and your loved ones, and I'll be seeing you around. Bye!